2D shapes in 3D Max. So, for example, let's click on the perspective and Alt W to maximize the perspective view. Then, for the 2D shapes, click here on the shapes on the creation panel, the second button near to the geometry. Then click on the rectangle. Click on the rectangle. In the plus sign near the keyboard entry, mention the length as, let's say, 600, width as 600, and click create. Escape twice to finish it. Zoom out so that you can see the rectangle. Yeah, it's because it's a 2D shape. It's not a 3D. Okay. Shapes, rectangle. Click on the rectangle. In the keyboard entry, mention the length and the width and press enter. Okay. It's small. Let's escape one. Escape one. Go to modify. Zoom out. Escape twice first. Yeah, scroll the mouse. Yeah, okay, now when you make 2D shapes, if you don't convert him into 3D, you will not see it on the rendering, which means the final output. Okay, so you have to make him as a 3D. So there are many ways to make him as 3D. So the first way is we will be using the modifier called extrude. So to convert 2D to 3D. So where exactly it is, make sure the rectangle is selected and go to the modify panel. Click here on the modifier list and press E on your keyboard and look for extrude. Okay, so once you choose extrude, just mention the amount. Let's say I want the amount to be 200, press enter. So it will make it as a 3D object. Done. If I uncheck the cap start, what happens? The bottom part will get open, or if I uncheck the cap end, the top part will get open. Okay. So if I want to apply thickness, what will be the modifier? To apply thickness, what is the modifier? So there is one modifier to apply thickness, right? Which we did with that sphere. Shell. So choose shell, and let's say I'm going to give the outer amount as 0, inner amount as, let's say, 50. So it will give a thickness of 50 millimeters. Outer amount 0, inner amount 50.
So this thickness came inside.
Inside.
If I do opposite, it will
The
go
outside.
and I can do for both also.
Both also.
If I go 25,
You can. You can. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I want the I want the rectangle, but I don't want the modifiers. So I select the shell, I click on that dustbin, I select the extrude, I click on the dustbin. So I keep only the rectangle. Yeah. Only keep the rectangle. Okay. Now the second modifier will be called as bevel. This all you tried with the 3D object using the edit poly. The same thing we have for the 2D also. Okay. So select the rectangle and go to the modifier list and press B on your keyboard for bevel. B on your keyboard for bevel. Done. Now look here on the right side, you will have something called bevel values, level 1, level 2 and level 3. So I'm going to give the height as 50 in the level 1, outline as, let's say, 20. I will check the level 2, again I will give the height as 100 and outline as minus 20 or maybe minus 50. I will check the level 3 and I will say 500 for the next height. See? Just level 2, okay. Give the height as 100, outline as minus 50. Level 3, height only as 500. Yeah. Done. So you have only level 1, level 2, level 3, but when you are using edit poly, you can do as many bevels you want. Okay. Click on the dustbin to remove the modifier. Done. Now the third way to convert a 2D into 3D is not by modifier. When you select the rectangle here, in the modify panel you have an option called rendering. Click on the plus sign near the rendering. Click on the plus sign near the rendering. And just say enable in renderer, enable in viewport. Which means when you do rendering, you have to see it as 3D. Viewport means right now I want to see him as 3D. Now when I increase the thickness, let's say I'm going to give a thickness as 20 radial, you will see the line in a radial shape. Done. Let's say I don't want him to be radial, I want him to be rectangular. So I can choose rectangular and I can give, let's say I want the length to be 50, width to be 50. So it becomes like a frame, a window frame. 5050 in the length and the width. This one, that's for the smoothness.
Aspect.
Ratio.
What kind of ratio?
This one is actually for the rendering, anti-aliasing. When you render it, you will not see the jagged edges. Rather, you want to see it as a straight line or soft line. This, when I come to the rendering, I am saying, not for the object. Whatever you do, it will just scale it up and scale it down. 1 is the full scale. Okay. So keep it as 1, because right now we are in the unit of full scale, right? 1:1. So keep it as 1, aspect ratio. Now, if you want to back as 2D, just uncheck enable in render and uncheck enable in view. Done? Okay. Now, make a reset, don't save, click yes. Now what we are going to do is we're going to use one of the compound object called shape merge, which means you are using a 2D and a 3D shape, 3D together. Okay, like for example, let me show you. Something like this. You see, there is a wall and the text is written and it's pulled out. Okay, so if you want to create something like this, we will be using the compound object called shape merge. So Alt W to maximize the perspective view. Click on the box. Click on the box. Plus sign near the keyboard entry. Mention the length as 100, width as 1000, height as 1500. And click create. 100, 1000, 1500. Escape twice to finish. Nothing will happen. It's fine. So, so escape twice, then press F4 on your keyboard to see the settings. Okay. If you want, you can change the name here, which is saying box 001 to wall. Then go to the front view. So click on the front view and Alt W to maximize. Click on the front view and Alt W to maximize. Done. Then go to the shapes. Go to the shapes. Click here on the text. Click here on the text. Click inside that box just once, okay? And escape twice to finish it. Done. Now to make it bigger and to change the name, go to the modify panel. Here in the parameters, I'm going to give the size of the text, let's say 200 for example, no, 150 will be fine. And here you can change the text, any name you want, let's say A, B, C, D. From here you can choose the font and whether you want it to be italic or underlined. If you give the kerning value, you will see it will make space between the text. And if you increase the leading, normally when you have a paragraph or kind of thing, you can give the leading, but there is no paragraph, so I'm going to keep it as 0. So I'm going to make the text
I can choose, right?
any font, yes. Done.
What is this leading?
If you write like one by one, paragraph 1, 2, 3, it gives space between them. Now go back to the perspective view.
Just how can I move it to the center? Yeah, center.
How can you move it to the center? So when you click select and move, if you give here 0, 0 and 0, it will fall on the ground. And then in the Z axis, you can give the height. Maybe 1500 is height, right? 750.
Can't I move, like, I shift and then it moves in a straight line?
No, it doesn't.
Like 50 miles.
You have to mention the coordinates.
How much I have to put?
No, just he wants to keep on the center. You can keep it like that, doesn't matter. Anywhere, it's okay. Done? Go to the perspective view and click on the box. Go to the perspective view and click on the box. In the y-axis, type 100 and press enter. So the box will push behind, so you can see the text. 100, more than 100, it will go more back. Doesn't matter even if it
It's
goes.
okay.
That's okay.
This
Hmm.
this place is not available actually.
You have to click here, select and move.
More.
Then only it will available.
Yeah, text icon select white.
Text is not selecting. No, click on the box, click select and move. The next one. Now has Now, make sure you pressed F4, more important. You should see the segments. Be careful. Here it should say edged faces for you. Realistic plus edged faces or shaded plus edged faces, whatever it is. Now, how I can merge the text in that box or in the wall? Select the box. Select the box. Click on the plus sign in the create or the flower, which is, click on the flower, not the plus sign, sorry. Click on the geometry. Click on the standard primitives and go to compound objects. Remember, my box is selected, not the text, okay? So in the compound objects, click here on the shape merge, shape merge. Shape merge, yeah, click on it. So you see the option pick shape, the bottom, pick shape, click on that. Then take the mouse near to the text, just click once. So the text will merge with the box. Escape twice to finish.
So before it was not connected,
Now it's merged, yes. Save merge. You will click here on the pick shape, this button on the bottom. And you will click on the text only once. When you click again and again, it will keep on merging again and again. So just click once. Done? It's not. Escape twice. That's okay. That we don't. The projection is what we do. Okay. So once we merge, of course, we don't require the 2D text. Done? Okay. So select that 2D text which you written and delete it. We already merged it, so we don't want him anymore.
The white one and selecting that before?
No, not the white one. This one. Yeah, this one. This text and delete.
There are two texts now.
The merged one you cannot select because it's a box.
Okay.
The non-merged one,
So I delete.
delete. Yeah. That's okay.
When I merge, it make a duplicate also.
It makes a duplicate.
Shape.
Which one? The merged one?
I merged.
Ah.
First one was the shape of the previous one.
Yeah, the merge one is whatever we created, it got embossed. It got embossed. So if I make changes on the 2D shape, the embossed one will change. Press F4 on your keyboard. No, delete this one and press F4. Delete this 2D text. There you go.
It's a line.
Now it's merged one. You will not see it if you don't press F4. This is like this. Now, to pull him up, to bevel him or to extrude him, to make it as a 3D, the one you merged, select the box, go to the modifier list, go to the modifier. In the modifier list, press E on your keyboard for edit poly. Done? So once you do edit poly, straight away click on the polygon. So you will see it selects only the text. Yeah? Click on the black box near extrude and give the extrude value as, let's say, 50. So the text will come as a 3D out. Green tick mark to finish. It's okay. F4, it will not see. When you render, it will not see. So don't worry. Done. Later. We can. Which one? 1 minute. Go to the application, reset, don't save, click yes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create multiple 2D shapes. Okay. We will trim, we will do fillet, we will do chamfer, we will merge them together like to any different shape and convert him as a 3D by using extrude. Okay. So what I will do first, go to the front view, all W to maximize. Go to the front view, but first make reset, then go to the front view, all W to maximize. Then go to the shapes. So the first shape we will create is a circle. So click on the circle. Click on the circle. Plus sign near the keyboard entry. Mention the radius as 200. Circle, shapes, not on the geometry. We are in the shapes. Circle 200. In the keyboard entry, mention 200. Click create. Escape twice to finish. It's the projector. It looks oval. Not. It's still circle only. Okay. Now I'm gonna create a shape using here. Click on the line. Okay. To draw straight lines, you see the creation method. Make the initial type and drag type corner and corner. Corner to corner. Creation method, initial type and drag type corner. Initial type corner, drag type corner.
It's edge to edge.
Huh?
It means edge to edge.
It means it lets you to draw straight line.
Pressing F8.
In CAD we press F8 or shift to draw straight line. We have to press shift, but you know, when if you say corner and smooth, the first to second point it will go straight. Second to third it becomes smooth, which we don't want it.
But I don't know why it's coming like this.
Which one?
Same way.
Not on the top. Can you make it easier? Yeah, okay, click on the front view. All the view commands. Now click go to the shape. Shapes.
Shapes.
Here. Click on the circle. Keyboard entry open.
Yes?
No, that's threshold. Down. Keyboard. That one. Radius is 200.
Yes.
Radius is 200 and create.
Create already.
Create, yeah. Escape twice.
I go down, right?
Sorry. Zoom out to see the circle. Zoom out to see the circle. Okay, now once you click on the line, make sure the initial type corner, drag type corner. Now, if you want to draw a perfect straight line, press and hold the shift key on your keyboard. To draw a proper straight line, press and hold the shift key. I didn't draw it, I'm just pressing the shift. Okay, so I'm going to start somewhere from here. One line here, one line inside, one line down, and one line going out. Escape twice to finish. Just Z. Okay. Now, what I want to do fillet for some corners here and here. Okay. So for that, select that line. Go to the modify panel. Go to the modify panel. Done. Now, like in edit poly, you had that vertex, edge, border. In the line also you have vertex, edge, instead of edge you have segment and spline. Vertex means it will let you to select each and every points that you clicked. Segment will let you to select the line, each segment between 2 points. Spline will let you to select the entire line. So what I decided, I want this point and this point to be filleted, right? So I will click on the vertex, I will press Control, I will select this point and this point.
You have to do it like this.
No, click on the vertex,
Okay.
select this point and this point. Just you can click on top of it also. 1, 2. Done.
Why it's giving
It will shine red, no problem.
no, it's giving L down.
L down.
No, that point and it's like this.
It's okay, so
It's
no. Control. Select this one, press control. Now once you selected both the points here, when you come down, you have an option called fillet. Click on that button, fillet itself. First click on the button. To mention the value, you have to switch on the button and give the value. Let's say 100 and press enter. So it will make fillet for you. Escape twice to finish it.
Do I unclick the
It's okay. Fine if you want. Yeah. Done. Now I want to give offset double line for this one. So what you will do, instead of vertex, select the third one, the spline. Select that line itself, the whole line. Click on the spline and select that whole line. When you click once, it will select all of them. Come down until you see a section called outline. Outline is offset here. So click on the outline and give the offset value, let's say 50, and press enter. So 50 will go up, minus 50 will come down. Okay. Click on the outline again to finish it. Done.
I have to click
Click on that outline again to finish it. Now, when you click on the line, you saw vertex, you saw segment, you saw spline, right? Now, and other these objects like fillet, outline, even you have trim, extend over there, okay? Now, click on the circle. First, click here on the create. Click here on the create. Okay? And select the circle and go to the modify. You will not see that vertex, spline and segment. Now, whenever you have a closed 2D shape like circle, rectangle, ellipse, you will not see the vertex, segment and spline. Okay, like in CAD, if you explode, you can control. The same, you have to explode it. Okay, but I don't want to explode because I already have the line which has that properties. So I will give the properties of the line to the circle. So how to do that? Select the line. Select the line. Click here on the attach. Select the line and click on the attach. Select the line, go to the modify and click on the attach. Click on the attach and click on the circle. When you take the mouse near to the circle, you will see the cursor changing into some plus sign and some circles like that. Click.
on the circle, right?
Yeah, on the circle. Click on the attach again to finish it. So now both of them are on the same properties. Done? Click the circle and click on the attach again to finish it. Think it as we are creating a 3D logo. Okay. Now, after attaching, I don't like this circle intersecting my line and this circle. So what normally we do in CAD, of course we will trim it. Okay. So for trimming, click on the spline. Click on the spline. Come down until you see the command called trim. Click on the spline and find the command called trim. Click on the trim button and I take the mouse here to that part which I want to remove it, and I will just click. Click here, click here. Maybe I don't want this one also. Nah, I want that one. Yeah, after trim it will become, it will subtract, just it will remove it. It won't become individual. I made this one. I think I don't want this one also and this one. Remove this part also. I want only that shape. Remove this one and remove this one. I want that yin-yang type. Yin-yang. Remove this one and this one. Pink, you have to show. Done? Okay. Click on the trim again to finish it. Click on the trim again to finish it. What happened? It got switched off? Power gone. Switch on the CPU. Okay. What happens is, you see this points which is touching my circle, this part, they are not joined. So if I extrude him, it won't come as a solid object. It will come as an open space. So I need to do some welding here. Okay. So how to do the welding? In the selection, click on the vertex. In the selection, click on the vertex. Now, this is the point, right? I'm going to select both the points like this. Don't click on top of it. You have to select both the points like that. Select both the points like this. No, see here. It's overlapped. So select both the points using that selection box like that. Right click on your mouse you have the option of welding over there. Weld vertices. So when you click weld vertices, they get welded together.
Only axis, right?
Only vertices.
Yeah.
Means wherever little bit greenish or yellowish around.
It will be like when you click one point, see it will move together. And it will be little bit yellowish once it weld.
That place, another place.
This is not weld.
So that is the indication that
That's the indication it's not weld. See? Sometimes it will be white also.
So we have to do all the 4 points.
Yeah. This corner also you have to weld. This corner also. This corner also. So weld all of them. All the 4 corners to be welded. Weld vertices, yes.
So what will happen if we select two join together?
It will weld together. Yeah, come together, which we don't want.
So if vertex is, say one line is here, one line is there, no connection. If I select when
It will together.
Can you add control points?
Control points, you mean vertices?
Yeah.
You can. Did you weld the vertices? Yeah. Huh? How to ensure is when you are in the vertex, okay, when you don't, if you select this, you are selecting both the points, the one on the front and one on the back. But when you click on top of it, you are selecting one point. See, this is weld now. Okay, otherwise it will move individually.
How can you make it from weld into that way?
Weld into broken into pieces. You have to select both the point and you should say break if you want to break.
So in the band also it will break, it will not break. Right?
No, no. Here you mean?
No, middle side.
Here?
Yeah, the band.
No, there is nothing to break here. So when you break, right now it became 2 points.
So anyhow we can.
You can cut, you like trimming, cutting into 2 pieces.
In the circle also.
On the circle also you can. I'm gonna weld it again.
But here the vertex of the point is shown. So if there is smooth, no point is shown
You have to add a point
for vertex.
from vertex. Yes. Done? Okay. Once you weld all the 4 vertices, click on the spline and click on the object, both of them, this one and this one. Press Ctrl to select both of them. Then click on the outline and give the outline value, let's say minus 10. That's fine. Or minus 10 is, I think it's too much. Let's say minus 5 will be good. Yeah, little bit outline. Minus 5.
So again I have to press or?
No, once press is enough. Minus 5.
But I make 10.
Okay, then fine, no problem. No problem. Go to the create to finish it. Done. Now click on the create to finish it. Select the object. Go to the modify. In the modifier list, I can say extrude. And I give the extrude value as 50 or maybe less 20, something like that.
20?
Yeah. If I didn't do the outline, it will come as a closed shape. It would be result like this. Let me show you how it will come without outline. It would have come like this if you wouldn't have done outline. Extrude, not edit poly. Edit poly only for 3D.
If I wanted to make a spherical,
If you want to leave it to be 20 or 15, whatever the value.
this shape should give a spherical view.
Spherical view.
Maybe revolve.
You mean like that? Then from the beginning you have to create a sphere, draw the line, boolean. Done?
You won't show it.
I know, I'm saying if you wouldn't have done the outline, this would be the result. If you do the outline, the one you see is the result.
You can't make this small.
No, don't do it. Bad idea. Okay, go to the application, reset, don't save, click yes.
So good.
Uh, let's try another one. Go to the left view and all W to maximize. Go to the left view and all W to maximize. Click on the shape. Left view and all W to maximize. Click on the shapes. Click on the line. Initial type and drag type, corner and corner. Initial type and drag type, corner and corner. Press and hold the shift key on your keyboard. So I'm going to draw a line exactly in a shape of a 5 like this. I'm going to start the point somewhere from here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Escape twice to finish. So 5 points like a chair.
While drawing, for example, like in AutoCAD, you align the points along the same line.
If the grid points is switched on, yes.
This is also
Huh?
ortho.
We press shift. Shift is the ortho here. Done? Go to the perspective view.
Which one?
Go to the perspective view. You should see that shape which you created. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, click here on the select and move. Click here on the select and move. Press and hold the shift key on your keyboard. Take the mouse near to the X arrow. Click and drag it little bit far away, like that. Make sure it's a copy and click OK.
I have to move.
Yeah, move it little bit far away. Now you should, is your snap on? Make sure it's off. Okay.
Around this.
Doesn't matter.
Copy and OK.
And copy and
Now it's
escape twice to finish.
Can you press some button to the first
View menu. Show transform. That's fine. Now we have to make that two individual line as one line, like we did with the circle and that shape that we created. Attach, yes. So select any one of the line. Go to the modify. Click on the attach and click on that second line. Click on the attach again to finish. Done. If you want to hide that box which you are seeing it, press J on your keyboard to hide the box. So J to bring it back, J to hide. Jackbox. Okay. Done. Now, what I want to do, I want to make a connect here, a connect on the bottom. Okay. So click on the vertex. You'll start seeing the points. Click on the vertex. Look for the option called connect. Look for the option called connect. Click on the connect. Got the connect?
There are two connects. One is
Only one connect will be there.
define connect.
Here. This in the
Yeah, I got it. There is one more connect in the top. What is it?
one more connect where
In the top next to reference.
next to no, not this one. This connect. The button, not the checkbox. Click on the connect. This connector.
Okay.
Take the mouse near to the first point. You will see a plus sign symbol like that. Take the mouse near to the point. Okay. Once you see the plus sign, press and hold the left click on your mouse. Don't leave the left click.
What we have to press?
Press and hold the left click on your mouse. Left click. And slowly move the mouse to the second point. It will make a connect.
You can't connect the bottom one, yeah?
You can connect the bottom also.
No, the bottom,
This one?
no, this,
This one?
yeah,
This you cannot.
one,
It's because this is already having an empty space. This is an L shape. Only the points which you can connect, not this one. Now do the same thing on the bottom, from here till here.
Means all the vertices can't be connected, only ends.
Only ends you can connect. Open points. This you can make a connect if you are drawing another line and weld vertices, that you can do. Yes. Click on the connect again to finish it. So you have one here, one here.
So now it is connected, again you have to weld it.
No need to weld.
Now it is connected.
When you make connect, it automatically welds. Done? Now, select all the vertices like that. Select all the vertices. Okay? Click here on the fillet. I'm not going to give the fillet value. Okay? So just click on the fillet. Take the mouse near to one of the point. You will see a symbol like this. Click, press and hold the left click and drag the mouse up. You will see you can control the curve manually. Click on the fillet again to finish it.
For making the chips smooth,
Which one?
that now we
Fillets. Yeah, make it smooth. Done. Now to make him as a 3D, just say enable in renderer, enable in viewport.
It's not good what you do the flare, only one edge is getting filled.
No, you have to select all the renderer and enable in viewport. Make it rectangular and just give something the length. You can control it by clicking, press and hold the left click on the arrow key. You can make it bigger and smaller by moving the mouse up and down. The same for the width, like that. Press F4 to see the settings. If you want, you can give the length something like 20, width something like 20. Don't do that, it's too big.
only 13 or something.
10 and 10. Yeah, 10 and 10 will be fine.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, go to the modifier list and apply edit poly. Go to the modifier list and apply edit poly. That's a very big change. It is because the shape that you created is smaller than this is height. Because we didn't create the line with the proper dimension, right? So his dimension is different, your dimension. No, rectangle. No, radius cylinders are rectangle.
Like this, yeah. I already got through this. Now this yeah.
Okay, once you make it edit poly, click here on the polygon. Click on the polygon. Select this polygon. Maybe I will select two more. 1, 2, and 3. The same on the opposite side. 1, 2, and 3. And I will click bridge.
Just I will click for selection.
Click for select. Press control. Control for multiple selection. The same thing you can do it all for the top as well. Bridge, yes. There you go.
After scan.